Good evening. What day? Let me check my diary. It's not a Thursday, but it's Friday and we're still live. That's okay though, because tonight it is a one-off special because of Valentine's Day. You know, we let the racers, go and see their loved ones, chill out, do what they need to do on Valentine's Day. Buy them some more credits to come racing. So we moved it from Thursday to Friday. It's a Friday night. It's a one-off special. What could possibly go wrong tonight with 30 pickup trucks going around the smallest track possible? There's only one way to find out, and that is to stick with us here live on Twitch at the Noob Gamers live channel. Just looking at the chat early doors, Mr. Salt with the first comment of the evening. Obviously Ilium's in there, he'll come and join us shortly in the commentary box. We've had a host already from OTL, Dave Alex. CSR's back saying hi. Wow, everyone's getting excited because this should be an absolutely incredible evening of racing. And speaking of incredible things, I am of course joined in the commentary box by an incredible man, and his name is Jamie. How are you, my friend?
I mean, these introductions are getting bigger and bigger. I'm excited to see where you're going to go with this in a few weeks' time. Well, hello, mate.
I've just got to keep bigging you up, keeping you going. It's nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Trevor Humps just joined, says hi guys. Ransel Freddy says let's do this. OTL Dave Alex says hello. Everyone's starting to jump into the channel now, Jamie, because of course it's Friday night, it's something different, and tonight's going to be mental, right?
Yeah, absolutely mental. It's a big night though, isn't it? It's a big night. You can tell already how many people are excited. Excited? I've got Mr. Salt on the brain. Excited. I've picked up the Ryan word speaking bug.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all feeling refreshed. They're all feeling, nice and romantic. They've had their nice evening with the gentle ladies, but now it's time to get back to man things. Big, fat trucks smashing each other out of the way to take the victory.
That is exactly right. We've got the smallest track possible with cars that can barely make up a hill. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. So we might as well give you a little look to see. What's this saying? So you're using a shortcut for my name? Yeah, Raz and Snell Freddy. I'll go for the whole name if you want, my friend. That's what we're here to do. Just, but Razan just, makes life a bit easier. But everyone's getting excited. So let's give you a quick look while our racers start their practice at the cars that everyone will be using this evening as we head over to our car overview. So here is the car guide this evening. The Ford F-150s. They look sexy, but they don't drive sexy, believe you me. Nevertheless, we're going to give everyone an opportunity to drive around in these this evening. Top speed of 130 miles an hour. Let's have a look at them out on track now. And I'll leave you with this little guide to get familiar with the car. So there was our car guide. Now, you might have noticed that the scenery has changed somewhat, because during the week, Rob came onto the Discord channel and says, I bet you can't get Ryan to wear a cowboy hat and cowboy shirt on stream. Lo and behold, I've only gone and pulled it off. I've just about fit the hat over this, over my headset, got my cowboy hat on, got my boots on the table, the horse is in the background. We just, hey, it's a crazy stream tonight, Jamie, and we thought we'd, go crazy as well off the camera, off the track. What do you reckon?
You look amazing. I'm loving your horse. You seem to have killed an animal there and popped its skull on your desk.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure was fantastic fun for you. Yeah, you're looking great, my friend.
Yeah, so, hey, if people put down the gauntlet on Discord saying, I won't do this, I won't do that, hey, the challenge is out there now. Let's see if we can top this. So, Rob, I think you need to put your money where your mouth is, my friend. And yeah, Sin says, get off your horse and drink your milk. And Trevor says, Clint Eastwood. Centre mid comes in with a head's gone straight away. He's obviously not sure what the hell's going on, but hey, we got the cowboy gear tonight. We've got something special out on the track, something special off the track. Trevor Hump says Mankini. Well, that's going to take, some decent.
This is the problem, though, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the problem. Mr.
Salt
Salt says, Mr. Salt says, I've just got back from the toilet. And this, well, Mr. Salt, to fill you in, Rob said, you bet I wouldn't wear a cowboy hat and cowboy shirt live on stream. So hopefully he's watching because, this is all for him. And here it is. I've gone for it. But anyway, back to the task at hand, Jamie. This hat's going to keep falling off over these. Let's see if I can lock this on at all. Is that going to work? I'll take the hat off for the time being. So, Jamie, 5 minutes left to practice. This track, I've had a little look at it. It's pretty mental. Should we have a quick look around the track itself and give the guys at home the track guide? What do you reckon?
Let's have a good old look at the track. Yeah, that'd be a great shout.
Nice. Let's go for it now as we head over to our track guide. So there it is. I just thought it'd give you a few minutes just to breathe that track in. Lots of long straights, and then you can see the incline up that hill in these trucks is going to be absolutely mental, I tell you. Absolutely mental. But let's have a look around a full lap now to give you a real good flavour of what our drivers are going to be in store with this evening. So here we go, down the home straight, and you can see already how tight this track is. Barely two cars can go side by side on this course this evening, especially in these pickup trucks. But it's a fairly straightforward left-hander to begin with before the guys will get the opportunity to ram their foot on the gas and start making their way up the hill. You can see we was going to start going up the incline now. Who did our onboard, Mr. Salt? Well, it was Project Cars 2 themselves did the onboard. But here we go. The incline has begun. As you know, we're pretty much at full pace now, I would suggest, in these cars. But hard braking is going to be required around the next few corners as we take a slow right-hander slowly uphill. The canter of the road allows for a decent corner in there. You know, these trucks do turn like the QE2, but that corner manages, to help you out. But now things get interesting. Now things get tight. You can see the speed in which we're crawling up the hill now, and you can imagine there's going to be 30 of these trucks all going around this track at the same time. And already, you can barely get two trucks side by side. So it's a nice little right hand now, nothing too major, but you can see already as we start to come down the hill now, we've got some blind corners coming up. So I know a lot of the racers this evening perhaps haven't put any practice in, and that might cause some issues this evening because there are certainly some corners to watch out for, especially this one now. So again, you couldn't quite see what was going on there, but you do need to be fairly good on the brakes there not to go off the track. So here we go again, we're making away some fantastic views out over Australia there, but that corner there, the little kink in the road, is the one to watch out for because you really do have to go hot on the brakes down the hills not to take a penalty by going off the track. But now, as we come to the end of the decline, I should say, instead of incline, round this last little bend now, it'll be another opportunity for our drivers to get their foot on the gas and pick up some pace. So here we go. This is where they can really start opening out now after navigating that tight up and downhill bends. However, key to this next corner is, yes, you can take this next corner coming up over this little hump now at, you know, pretty much full pace coming down this. It's a nice little right-hander, as you'll see as we approach it. However, the turn after it, again, is one to watch, because these cars don't brake well, they don't turn well, and they are going to have to be so hard, almost down into first, second gear to be able to get around that corner. So that is one to certainly look out for this evening. As we make our way, this is the last corner now. Again, it's still a pretty tough one. You can see the pit lane there on the left hand side. Again, hard braking is needed, and you can even see the start of, you know, the grid. So people are going to start around the corner on the grid this evening as well. And that's it, over the line we go. So there we go. That was a look at the track. I've got me. I'm just trying to tuck my cowboy shirt away now, just so we can resume normal service. But there we go, Jamie. I mean, the track itself. I mean, loads of room to open yourself out, but actually, some really tight, naughty bends that these guys are going to have to be wary of this evening.
Well, it's just a bonkers track, isn't it, in a normal car? So let alone in these absolute monsters. I'm just loving the scenery there. How good does that look?
Yeah, it's an amazing looking track, and I'm sure on with better cars it would give us, you know, loads to look forward to. Better as in performance better, let's say. But let's have a quick look at the chat. So we've got Centre Mid. He's popped in with his usual wave. CSR says Redemption Road. That was obviously linked to my attire earlier on. Yes, Centre Mid, we're all good. Sin says, good luck to all the races, have fun. And I think I answered Mr. Salt, who did the onboard. That was just Project Cars. And Trevor saying, yeah, this is a great track, but not in these. And I think that sums it up nicely. I believe, Jamie, practice is coming to an end, and we should be hitting qualifying soon, which I believe is 20 minutes. How important do we think qualifying is going to be this evening to get yourself ahead on this track?
Yeah, I mean, you just want to be as far out in front as possible, really, and just avoid that pack, that inevitable pack. So far in the 10-minute practice, it was just about to finish. Only 11 drivers have actually managed to be able to set a time. So qualifying is going to be interesting.
Yes, it is indeed. And that's with 25 people out there at the moment. I think we're due a couple more to join us as well. So, I mean, even with 10 cars around this track is mental, but we've got over 20 vehicles trying to navigate the track at the moment, which, you know, I'm really not sure what to expect. I think it's just going to be absolutely crazy out there. Or it's going to be someone's just going to make a mistake early doors and block the whole track up.
No. Be positive. It's going to surprise us all. It's going to be a cracking race of top quality.
Yes, let's hope it is as quality as you say it will be, Jamie. So practice coming down to a close now, as we can see in the background. Let's give you a little look over at practice for these last few corners, just to give you guys a little look at what we should expect tonight. So here we go. Let's head over to practice. So here we go. We're on board with Rob 3, the man who didn't believe I could put the cowboy attire on. But so far, Rob is one of 11 drivers to post a time with a 2:53. It's a very long track compared to what we're used to, mainly because of the speed of these cars. But yeah, Jamie, over 2.5 minute laps. You know, there's a lot of track for these cars to get around, isn't there?
There is, yeah. Just look at this great camera angle. Just how big these vehicles are from the chase cam. You can barely see anything. And look in the cockpit how high up we are. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, look, overtaking going uphill and now appreciated that, you know, we're on a go slow now because practice is complete. So, of course, these races wouldn't actually be going this slow in the race itself. But there's really no gaps at all, as you can see here. You know, to try and overtake as someone just disappears from the track there entirely is almost a no-go going up this hill. But I think downhill is where we're going to see more thrills and spills, because of course you can't really see a lot of the corners that are coming up, and if you're not careful you could end up just flying off the track or into someone else, Jamie.
Yeah, but it's the same as all the other races, isn't it? Obviously this is a particularly extreme and wacky combination of vehicles and tracks, but the same fundamentals apply, don't they? Just, you know, be patient, bide your time, don't lunge, just wait for the right chance to make that move, and things should be okay.
Yes, 30 minutes of racing, plenty of time this evening to get ahead of the game. So, you know, lots of racers not having given this much practice. They're going to have to almost use qualifying in this practice session they've just had to really get to grips with it, because it's certainly not an easy one to learn straight off the bat in these cars. But hey ho, they've chosen to use those tactics, and we've chosen to stream all the action live. So I'm sure we're going to be guaranteed a very fun Friday night here. As you stick with us live on the New Gamers channel. We're on board with Seb H, just toodling around the track at the moment as we're waiting for practice to close down. So let's head back to the studio and wait for qualifying to start. So here we are back in the studio, qualifying. We're just waiting for it to kick off. We should be moments away from that now. Jamie, any tips for who's going to win this race this evening?
Take a random guess. I'm going to go for Drux.
Drux. Okay, there it is. There's the call from your man Jamie. He's going with Drux this evening. But of course, not many of cars have even posted a time during practice. So who knows what's going to happen. But we are moments away from qualifying now. CSR says, how much qualifying time? We have 20 minutes of qualifying, my friend. So plenty of time for people to get to grips with the track. And he thinks it is Seb who's going to win the race this evening. So
yeah, good shout. Yeah, good shout. What about you, Ryan?
What about me? Blimey. I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to go with... let's go with Kino tonight. He's been putting some decent performances in the last few weeks.
Sorry, I don't mean to pick you up. Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
But no, Mr. Salt, your donation didn't go unnoticed at all.
Not another one.
It's actually only just come up on my Streamlabs software, annoyingly, because it doesn't come up on the chat for some reason. It only comes up in the alert section of slobs that I'm using. And it's just popped in. It says, let's put another shrimp on the barbie and get this party started. Mr. Salt with a $6.44 donation. Just incredible from the man himself, Jamie.
Again, what you know, we know this time for guaranteed he's been having a few drinks, hasn't he? So, but he's a good guy. He likes to set the gauntlet for the others, doesn't he? Yeah. And here's Wheels McGee with a tier 1 sub. Tier 1
sub from Wheels McGee, which does appear in chat, and he's subscribed now for 7 months in a row.
Yeah, it says 0 in the chat. He's not happy about that.
Yeah, not coming, but it does say 7 months on my screen. So hey, we'll give him the 7 months. Wheels McGee, our longest subscriber. Mate, hopefully, Wheels McGee, you can stick around for the racing scene because it is going to be absolutely madness. Jamie, how far away are we from qualifying, do we think, my friend?
I'm not sure. We're just still sat on that screen between the sessions, so I'm not sure if we're waiting for a couple of people to jump in, perhaps. Yeah. We'll have to see what's going on. Where's your cowboy hat gone?
The cowboy hat is to my side, so this is here. Because it doesn't fit on top of my, doesn't fit on top of the headphones I'm wearing, so I have to balance it, which doesn't quite look so good. But as I understand, Jamie, qualifying is started, so let's head over.
Let's do it.
The track now is my cowboy hat stuck on my microphone. Wheeler, I'll explain another time. Let's head over to qualifying and see all the action. Live qualifying then, ladies and gents, as Zachary Radio comes in and says, hey, you join us at a time where things start to get serious with qualifying underway. We're less than a minute into it, and here we go. Trevor Hump says, I should have been a sheep shearer. Well, there's, I guess, is a compliment. Jamie, what do you reckon? Should I take it as a compliment?
Yeah, you should definitely take it as a compliment. I'm just noticing, actually, we're on board with the man himself, the main man, the king of all of this, Jimmy H. I just noticed he's got the radio on there on Slightly Mad FM.
Slightly Mad FM.
91.5, so he's obviously having a bit of some tunes on as he goes around in these crazy cars. Do you reckon it's sort of maybe some country music?
I reckon, yeah, why not? Just, go for something slightly different. Mr. Salk says, need to get that ram from Bob. Yes, it is chugging a little bit this evening, unfortunately. That's just the nature of everything here. And annoyingly, I haven't even got the replay software. Gleb is obviously another fan of Seb here, as Odyssey finds himself spun round already. And that's the danger tonight, Jamie. It doesn't take a lot to find yourself sideways on this track, does it? sure if we've lost Jamie on the audio there. Not sure quite what's happened, but I shall continue to speak nonetheless as we're on board with Kino making his way down. It seems that you can see the difference in the cars. Kino's got some pace on the person in front of him at the moment, but not much room to overtake as we start going down that hill. So we're just going to have to see how people start knocking in these times. But lots of people struggled during practice to put down the time. So we'll just have to see how it happens when the racing starts. Jamie, are you back with us? Not sure what's happened there. We seem to have lost some audio on the stream, unfortunately. But we're on board with Roy Klops at the moment. Roy Klops making his way around. Of course, if you are struggling with the audio at the moment, please drop a little note in chat and let me know, because of course I can't really see what's going on here this evening. I don't really get the notifications that I should do, so please let me know in chat if you can or cannot hear me. That'd be really, really useful. But yeah, on board with Roy Klops at the moment. You can see how tight that last corner is as he starts coming around there. And I wonder whether we're going to see any early times soon. That's the first lap done now. Of course, that was the out lap, so we're not going to see any times posted just yet. We've got to go around at least once more. But let's see if we get any more invalidated lap times. Jamie, are you back with us?
I can hear you, yeah.
There he is.
Can you hear me?
I can. You're back.
It's dipping in and out a lot tonight. The whole thing seems to be struggling a bit, which is a bit of a shame. So I do apologise if I don't answer. I'm not being rude, but the good news is the game seems to be working absolutely flawlessly.
Yes.
It's all the other stuff. So if I'm not speaking, at the very least, I'll be doing the cameras for you.
Yes, exactly. But no, we're on board with Tuke at the moment in a little sandwich between a couple of cars, and we should start seeing some laps put down now as Tuke gets a little nudge and flies off the track. And that's how easy it is. The track is so tight. One little nudge and you're into the wall. Really, really easy. Wheels just said crashed for a bit, but can hear you. Yeah, crashed a lot. Are we back now, though, guys? That's the question.
Doesn't look like it on my screen. This is a nightmare, isn't it?
I'm struggling to watch, guys. Yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare. My computer seems to have smoothed out now from what I can see, and I'm not getting any alerts that there are any issues. So I'm hoping it's going to start smoothing out for you guys now. But please keep me informed if there are any issues. I might have to turn off the replay functionality or something tonight. But yeah,
I'd turn that off maybe, just see if that helps.
Let's give it a few minutes. Bit better now, says Mr. Salt. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I know there's a bit of a delay from what happens on my screen to what happens on the viewer screens, and mine's settled down back to normal now, so I'm hoping that'll sort itself out on the stream. Maybe a little refresh might be the way forward, just to give it a little kick. But we're on board with Drux, Jamie. He's your call. Bogglenox and Crichton Alpha have put some times down, so we're going to start seeing some times coming in now.
Yeah, there's some sliding going on in these trucks, which is surprising me actually. They're sort of rallying them around these tight corners.
Why not? Hey, you might as well try and gain as much as you can in these vehicles, because of course they are a massive lump of metal to get round. But Wheels McGee says yes, we're back. Mr. Salk says we're back in a smooth. Good news indeed. So you can look at Drux now. He's going to make an overtake as we go downhill to try and pick up some pace. 4 drivers have already placed the time so far, and Legionary it is who leads the way with Seb Hitchens third as Rob comes in with the time. So I'm going to stop looking at that now, because I'm sure people are going to be flying in. But this is the corner, Jamie. This is the interesting one for me. You can take this next one almost flat out, but it's the next one here. Let's see how hard we have to go on the brakes. Look how early that is on the brakes. Not sure who we lost, but that's how much you need to brake to get around that corner. And the person behind Drux falls away. But this track has got some really nasty corners, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's some controversial qualifying manoeuvres from my pick there. You really went for that in qualifying. Perhaps a tad aggressive there, yeah. We got a new driver here tonight, Ryan. Do you want to introduce this man?
We've got a lot of new drivers this evening that haven't made their way onto the... this is a one-off special. We are... we're sort of mid-season with things, and we just thought we'd chuck in a Friday nighter just to get things going. So it did open it up to some new drivers who haven't featured on here. Here's one, Hamel Electronics. Ham Electronics with a Z, obviously. Yeah,
he knows the score.
He knows the score, indeed. Ham Electronics currently finds himself in 12th, yet to post a time. But we'll keep an eye on him and see how he goes. We got a couple
what
of
about this one?
Sly Bacon. Love
a lot
that
of pork-related ones. A lot of pork-related names.
Pork-related names. Sly Bacon finds himself in 10th place at the moment. So for us, Jamie, what it does mean is, for all we know, we could have an absolute demon amongst the ranks who's going to absolutely destroy the competition. But you know, we just have to see.
I just had a thought. Do you think Ham Electronics is actually Lewis Hamilton in disguise? What do you reckon? Moonlighting.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. It looks like, annoyingly, the problems we had on the stream has caused us to lose about 20 viewers. So I'm hoping that's
they'll
just
be back.
everyone. They'll be back. I'm hoping everyone just goes back, gives it a bit of a refresh, and gets stuck in again. But yeah, so who's in second place, Jamie? I don't recognise that name.
That's the thing. I'm trying to. Average Sharpie. I love these names.
Love these names. So Average Sharpie, another new racer. Drux in first, but Average Sharpie not far behind in second with a 240.
Ooh.
Giving a little shunt there to the car to the side. So again, these new races, Jamie, who knows? We could have a massive surprise on our hands. I
think that's perhaps my second favourite name, behind only, of course, the classic Autistic Deer.
Yeah. Autistic Deer, who's not driving with us this evening, unfortunately, but Mondo, another new driver with us. Alison Sleal, I'm going to go with that. He says, this looks fun. Yes, Alison, it is going to be crazy. So we're in the midst of qualifying at the moment in these F-150s around the tightest track possible. And, I mean, anything could happen when the race starts. At the moment, it's bad enough during qualifying, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm just loving how fantastic it looks, though. Look at these amazing... Let's get on the old trackside view. Look at these amazing front lights they've got. Green LED lights. What's going on? Why?
Yeah, why? It's a fantastic... I mean, that question could be asked about a lot of the decisions that have been started tonight, this evening. Why this track? Why these cars? Why a Friday? Why everything? But hey, why a cowboy hat?
Ryan.
Yeah.
Have you seen who's in number one?
Number one is Drux, of course. So there he is. But very close behind is Seb H. Another pick. Zachary pops in the chat and says go Seb. My pick was Keno's, currently in 4th place.
Oh, so he's doing well.
He's up there.
We'll just
have to see. Pretty sure Average Sharpie is an AOR racer. I've been raving about you all to them. Good lad.
Oh, Mr. Soul. Get us in. Yeah. Let's get involved.
If they want us to cover their races, you know where we are. You know, we hope once, you know, I get my computer issue sorted, our production value is second to none in the world of online racing. So if anyone wants us to, you know, come and take over their party and show them some races, you know where we are. Bibby was quick in practice, hasn't done a lap yet. Indeed he was. He was first in practice. And he is, not posting a lap yet as someone goes off in front of Dave Alex 4 again. I'm told Dave Alex 4 is a good racer himself. He's in 10th place at the moment. We still got Higgs Boson, Mad Knife, Callie, Took, Razensnell, Freddy, Bibby and Odyssey all yet to post a time. But 9 minutes left, Jamie. There's still plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time to go. They're just getting their bearings in. Looks like Zachary Radio's still enjoying a bit of Valentine's Day with a nice love heart for Seb there. So some big support here. Is this a league we do, Alison? Yeah, we do. We run a couple of leagues on this stream, but this is just a one-off special. So in between each season, we have a 1 week where we just do a one-off special, just a bit wacky, a bit crazy. So obviously this is a bit of an odd combination, as we've mentioned a few times. Next week we'll be starting the new season on a Thursday, and there's a separate championship which also runs on a Sunday, which the season for that started last week. But absolutely, if you want to get involved, join us on our Discord channel, Ryan.
Indeed, join us on the Discord channel, and as you say that, the link has been posted in the Discord, in the chat actually on Twitch. There's a link to our Discord channel which hopefully will work. If not, head over to our website and that'll get you in. If not, we'll just post it manually ourselves later. But either way, we'll make sure you can join. But yes, we are in the middle of 2 leagues. Season 3 of the Noob Gamers Championship starts next Thursday, but we have round 2 of T-Max Sunday League on Sunday as well. And Bob Hump has joined the channel for the first time this evening. Don't panic, he's here.
Thank God for that.
CSR says, when will we drive the Enzo? Yeah, the Enzo's is next Thursday, so that's the start of that championship. And what assists can we use? So it is it's basically whatever the car's got you can use. That's pretty much the rule. So if the car's got ABS, you can use ABS. got traction control. You can use it's basically as realistic to the cars as possible. But Jamie, it looks like we've still got a few races yet to post a time, even though we've given them a few more minutes. Higgs Bosun still yet to post time. Mad Life,
We know he's quick.
Bibby, Odyssey, some good races at the back of the grid at the moment.
Yeah. But with this combination, like we said, it really is all up in the air. But we've seen average Sharpie living up to his name, but not as average as perhaps he did. Although he's got all capitals on their name, which is slightly annoying. But I'll talk to him about that later. He's pipped Drucks just for the lead. I think did Salty call a 2:38 for pole? It's looking pretty good at the moment.
Pretty good indeed. Of course, Salty said he's part of the Seb H fan club, and they just trade stories about how quick he is with one another. But he's only in third place at the moment. So Drucks and Average Sharpie lead the way with a 1-2, with Keno in fourth place, with Roy Klops just behind, Legionary in sixth, Rob in seventh, Milo in eighth, Area Motorsport in ninth, and Ham Electronics, something like that, is in 10th place. So there we go. Thank you for joining us here. Yeah. 6 minutes to go, Jamie. Just over 6 minutes as it gets a little bit hairy around those corners, and I cannot wait for the race. This is just going to be crazy.
I mean, that was a good example, wasn't it? But take that, times it by 26 cars. Bob, you must be gutted you're missing out on this. I'm disappointed Trevor's not involved. I thought you were racing, Trevor. Oh no, as Benji takes a little tumble now. That's okay.
That's okay. That's just half of the course here, as Zachary Radio pops us a little host on his channel as well, which again, all support is appreciated, whether it's donations, follows, hosts, just simply chatting or just sitting back and watching all the action. However you guys at home are contributing to this channel, everything is very, very much appreciated. Great driving from Buggernuts and one of his counterparts there. His counterpart goes off the track, but Buggernuts manages to maintain it. One of the tightest corners, that is, the almost the penultimate corner of the track, and Buggernuts doing it really, really well. They're managing to keep it on the track. Buggernuts, of course, is still in 18th place. Let's see if he can get an improvement on that as he comes over the line here. Hopefully that little off-track incident hasn't cost him an invalidated time, and he shoots up to 13th. So there's a little gain from Buggernuts there. Not bad at all. But again, loads of quick races throughout the entire field. And two people, Raz and Snell Freddy and Bibby, still to post a time as Area Motorsport.
So tight, Ryan. So tight. These cars are almost wider than the track in some places.
Yeah, I mean, some of these corners, you get a little sideways action and you're basically blocking the entire corner, which, that's it. That just shows it there.
It is. And he's a top racer, Area Motorsport. We've seen him, a real top racer. This is how hard it is. Lewis Hamilton in 10th. Yes, CSR, you're right. He's still in 10th. He'll be a bit disappointed with that, considering his pedigree. Do you think we could get sued for this, Ryan? Say that this is Lewis Hamilton. Someone tweet him and tell him he's racing.
Tell him he's racing.
Let's get him involved.
But Drucks trying to make amends on the loss of first place in second at the moment. He's going to put his foot down for these last 4 minutes to make sure he can at least try and attack Average Sharpie, who holds the lead in first place very, very narrowly. But yeah, Trevor Hump says Ilium is open to be able to race next week, so hopefully Trevor will get in amongst it.
Yes, you're still injured, Trev, are you? That's disappointing.
Crichton Alpha, we're on board with now, currently finds himself in 20th place at the moment, so just behind Odyssey at the moment, with Callie behind him on the track as well. So has Odyssey posted a time yet? Yes, he has. He's on 19th position, so not bad at all.
Just Bibby and Raz.
Just Bibby and Raz.
No times.
4 minutes to go. They haven't got long, fellas. That's basically what? 2 laps tops, depending on where you are.
Bibby's had some issues.
That might be why he's not posted a time yet. But here he comes over the line. Are we going to see a time from Bibby?
Here we go. Flashing his lights. Oh,
no! Still no time from Bibby. Where's Raz and Snell Freddy? Do we know where he is?
Let's have a look.
Raz and Snell Freddy, he's making his way, come in. He's sort of on the peak at the moment, so he'll be coming down the hill shortly. Hopefully he can get a decent time under his belt to get himself on the qualifying grid. The person in front of him, I think that's Jim. No, I'm not sure who it is actually.
Yeah, don't even try and guess.
Don't even try and guess. So many. That corner's so nasty. You have to brake so hard.
Look at that wall, it's massive. It's solid concrete.
I mean,
this is a great shot.
How many cars have we got here this evening? We're going to have 25 cars. Oh my god.
Oh, Benji, don't get disheartened, Benji, in the chat. He's getting a bit disheartened. Get back in there. We're all rooting for you. I picked you to win the race. Don't listen to the stream earlier, but I've picked you. Just don't listen to any point before this. I've picked you to win the race. You can do it. I believe in you.
So there we go. Endorsement from Ilium there. Definitely didn't say Drux could win the race early.
What are you talking about?
All he was talking about was not Benjamin winning the race. So fair play to him. But Mr. Salk says Rob 3 will be disappointed with his 8th position. I mean, in these cars, I'd say that's pretty good with the amount of people on the track. Let's see if Rasenstein Freddy can keep it on the track for this really tight corner. Is he going to brake early enough? Yes. You can see how hard and how early they've got to brake.
Very cautious.
He's just trying to post a lap here, isn't he?
Yeah, very cautious. Well, he needs to. I mean, he's 24th, 25th. Both of those guys with Bibby and Raz, they're both really quick. Yeah, I think what Mr. Salt means about Rob is he's been hammering this hard in time trial and he's been setting some quality times. But the problem is the pressure gets to you. The track's busy. It's hard. It's really hard. It's more flashing lights. Here comes Rasenstein. Is he going to set a new time?
Oh,
yes.
He is, up to 15.
Up to 15. So, okay.
Not bad at all. And as we've been watching Rasenstein set his first time, Drux joins the 237 club and absolutely grabs back first place from Average Sharpie. So
as I've said all along, Ryan, you know, with no deviations at all from my original prediction, clearly the man to beat.
Clearly the man to beat indeed. So Drux with a 237 at the top of the leaderboard. What has Average Sharpie got in the locker to catch him up?
Look at Bibby's car.
Bibby's
it is an absolute wreck.
Yeah, he's going to limp round this corner. He's the only one yet to qualify. Let's see if he can do this now. Oh my days, look at the state of it.
He's basically on fire.
Yeah. Here he goes. Come on, Bibby, you've got this. Come on.
Come on, Bibster.
Yeah!
Oh, straight to fourth!
Straight
Unbelievable!
into 4th position. So Bibby putting down a marker with a 2:39, gets himself right up there with less than a minute to go of qualifying. But, Jamie, what it does say is perhaps he's not as consistent as he might need to be this evening.
Maybe. What he has done, though, is pushed your prediction, Kino, down into 5th. You must be gutted.
Yeah, Kino, come on, my friends. You know, 2:40, that's not quick enough at the moment. Come on,
of course.
do it.
We're neutral here in the box, aren't we, Ryan? Of course we are.
Always neutral in the box.
Apart from to say, if this is Lewis Hamilton, I hope he finishes last. But that's all I'll say. And we'll move on from that.
We'll move on from that. But yeah, Mr. Salt says 2:37. What the F? Indeed, yeah, incredible stuff from Drux in the 2:37. But we're on board of Average Sharpie. This is his last chance to attack Drux now as he goes around this last lap of qualifying. Cool. So he's going to hope. At the moment, he's got an open road ahead of him. He took a little nudge into the side there, which might slow him up just a tad. And he's back in the pits. Yeah, he's obviously invalidated his lap time with that little nudge and jumped straight back in the pits. So he's not going to have an opportunity to attack Drux for first place. But Kino's still out there. Bibby's still out there. Area Motorsport's still out there. So they're still going to have one last crack at the whip to see if they can get into first place. So Kino at the moment in 5th place. Driving well from what we can see at the moment.
Looking nice, yeah.
Keeping it away from the sides. It's looking really, really nice. But let's see if he can make amends for his 5th place at the moment. Let's see if he can get under the 240 mark. Here he goes. This corner's a tight one. He's going to have to be careful here. You can go flat out over this next bit, and then remember it's that really tight left-hand bend. So hopefully he navigates this well, keeps himself on the track. So here we go. Is he going to brake early enough? Yes, definitely broke early enough there.
Bit of traffic, Ryan.
Bit of traffic in front. I don't think it's going to be enough to harm him. A little bit off the track
you.
there. Come on, Kino.
Come on, there he is. Like, what do you reckon, Pole?
Imagine that. That would be incredible scenes. Tight round this last corner, keeps it on the track. Come on, Kino, what have you got in the locker? Let's see. 240 to beat. No, not managed to beat it. Unlucky Kino, but still a good drive indeed. Drux joining the track saying, all right, back to the server, hope we give you guys a good race.
Thanks, Drux. Well done, mate.
So cash, just jumps in and says, yeah, first place, just going to jump on the chat.
Well, I always knew it, you know. That's why I picked him, of course.
Yeah, if you you obviously did miss it, Drux. You are Jamie's pick for first place this evening, so you've got a lot to live up for this evening. So good luck with that. But OTL Dave Alex still out on track, currently in 11th place. Can he get himself perhaps into the top 10, maybe into the top 5? Let's see how he does with the last few corners. A little bit wide on the corners than he would have liked, but here we go into the last corner now. Let's see if he can pump up the leaderboard with this lap time. Goes around the corner now, going to cross the line shortly. What do you reckon, Jamie? Is he going to beat his time?
I don't know, we haven't seen enough of the lap, but it looks smooth, so he's got a chance. Oh, not quite, and there we go, that's the end. Cut to black.
Cut to black indeed, and he didn't make amends. But there it is, Drux in first, Average Sharpie second, Seb H third, Bibby in fourth, Keno fifth. There's your grid, ladies and gentlemen, as we head back to the studio. So there's a little insight into what we can see for the race in this evening. It's Drux who takes first place with Average Sharpie in second, Seb H in third. The race is nearly here. Who's excited?
Me.
This is going to be absolutely mental. Thank you for joining us. 25 pickup trucks going around Bathurst. What could possibly go wrong, Jamie?
Nothing. It's all going to go very right because we're going to enjoy it.
Oh my days. I mean, my replay finger's going to be at the ready, put it that way. It is going to be literally glued to the replay button, ready to show you every thrill. Yeah, testing my RAM to the absolute limit. So
it's going to blow up.
25 cars, they're on the grid. Let's head over to Race Central and let's bring you this immense race. So here we are for the big race, and yes, Huel, by the way, they're talking about in the chat, horrendous. Get out.
Yeah, I've been looking at that. I've been thinking about that. Would you not recommend it?
Not for me. Just eat some food. That's what food's there for, isn't it?
Maybe they'll put that on their website, on the review. Ryan Harmer, just eat some food, mate.
Just eat some food, lads. Go for it.
Yeah.
Hamilton in 14th.
Yeah, where he belongs. Where he belongs. Let's hope he's there for the rest of the actual season. Fantastic news.
If you can't tell, Jamie hates Lewis Hamilton, so you'll enjoy that.
Well, that's strong. I'm not a fan.
Huel is nutritionally complete food that contains all 27
someone's been on Google.
essential vitamins and minerals, protein, essential fatty acids, carbs, fibre, and don't know what that word is. So there you go. That's apparently what Huel is. But anyway, back to the racing.
Come on, there we go.
Oh, Christ, Bob, that is a horrendous image you've just put in my head from the chat. But we're waiting for the flash of the screen and the word sinking, and then we know we're time to go. And it looks like, Jamie, everyone's managed to start on the grid on the straight as opposed to need to use the the bend, which is quite nice. Can you give us a little view from the back of the grid?
Let's have a little look from Jimmy's car.
Oh, look at it.
That's what you can see from his cockpit. Look at all the colours. Look how colourful the grid is. Just have a look how multicoloured that is.
This is just...
It's like a bag of Skittles or something on the grid.
This is just going to be stupid, isn't it? There's no other word to describe this. Why have we done this? But
we've done this because it's entertaining for our wonderful viewership, our wonderful audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a nice little palate cleanser between the serious racing.
Here we go! Flash of the screen. Sinkins there. And we are ready to bring you this incredible race. So we're on board with Drux into this first corner, and who knows what's going to happen. Here we go! Drux has made his way off the line with a decent pace. Average Sharpie dropping down the pack as Seb and Bibby do him on that first opening getaway, and it is Drux manages to keep his cool. Apparently we've got a big crash at the back that we didn't quite get to see on the camera there, but you can see there's cars all over the shop at the back. But Drux, Jamie, has got away really, really well.
Yeah, but Bibby jumping from fourth to second on the start there, so fantastic work from him. There's just so much to look at. Look at these green lights, are distracting me. It's absolutely just colours in my eyes. I feel like I'm on a drug trip. Here we go.
Here we go. So we're on board with Drux. He's doing really, really well to hold first place at the moment as they start to make their way up the hill. And yeah, as you say, Jamie, these cars are colourful and it's certainly good to look at. But Bibby just in second place. We've got Seb H in third, but Average Sharpie at the moment in fourth. Keno's held on to fifth spot with Legionary in sixth at the moment. So we're on board with Keno. You can see the gaps that there aren't in front, which normally there's loads of gaps in and around the tracks. But Keno's got some work to do. But He's just got to bide his time and wait for a mistake. But look at what Seb's got in front of him. You can see he's got someone right up behind him as well. So cars are going to be absolutely everywhere, and we're going to have to try and use a variety of camera angles this evening to try and bring you all the action, because it's just going to be a case of flicking between what we can. Because I imagine there's going to be crashes, thrills and spills all over the place. But Average Sharpie in 4th place at the moment as we got some sideways action. And that looks like
it's Bibby.
Bibby's had a little slide, trying to move out the way to let a few people pass, but it's not going to cost him too much. And he's only down into 3rd, or he takes a big hit into the wall there. So he's lost 2nd place from a little slide. But did
got away with that run,
yeah,
I think, but he has taken some damage, so he might be struggling for grip now, although obviously these are pretty hardy cars, but he took a couple of smashes into the wall, and Kino right up close. He's making the move here on Average Sharpie.
Here we go, so Kino's going to attack Average Sharpie here for 4th place into this corner. He hasn't quite got the inside line, but he might have the pace. Is he going to have a little nose ahead? Yes, he's got his nose ahead at the moment as we go into this corner. Remember, the next corner's almost flat out, but he's going down the outside. He's held his nerve well, and he's got the inside line into this corner. Tight on the braking, and he's done it really, really well. Kino takes 4th place with style, and that's a really good move from him early doors, isn't it, Jamie?
It is a fantastic move. He really had to hang in there, but look at that lead. Drux has got a little bit of breathing space. I mean, I'm sticking with the guys at the front at the moment, but there'll be battles all the way down the track. It's just so close, absolutely everywhere. We will, of course, as it spreads out a bit, we'll move around the pack a bit more. But look at that. Drux has got himself almost a 2-second lead. What a start for the man himself.
Yeah, Drux doing really well. Someone's going to have to start clawing him in to see how to really start catching him up. But Bibby doing well in 3rd place. Remember, he shot a few places ahead from 4th in qualifying, so he'll be happy with 3rd place so far, I would have thought, Jamie.
Yeah, Sharpie's the big loser at the start, starting 2nd on the grid. He's down to 5th. Our professional AOR driver, so I think that was the one, wasn't it? Salty was saying it was the AOR driver. Yeah, so he'll be disappointed, but Rob and Legionary having a great battle for 6th and 7th here. Legionary just winning out.
Good driving from Legionary to hold on at the moment, but you can see Rob 3, and as we were saying, that Average Sharpie's also picked up a penalty, Jamie, so he's obviously having a bit of a tough time down in 5th at the moment, just a second. But we're on board with Rob 3, who was looking to attack Legionary, but Legionary's managed to get himself some breathing space, but going up this hill, anything could happen here.
Yeah, Bob in chat a bit disappointed that he wanted some explosions, but we always knew we got such a good quality field for Bob, excluding yourself, of course, my good man. That it was never going to be that bad. They're all top drivers, Bob. You've got to have a bit of faith in them, yeah?
Faith is indeed required, but it looks like Bibby is on the attack. So we're looking at Bibby at the moment. He's hot on the tail of Seb H, and hot on the tail is Bibby is Kino. So it's a really good battle for 2nd place at the moment, with Average Sharpie just behind as well. So these 5 are really going at it down this hill, and it's getting a bit hairy. Everyone keeps their place at the moment. But yeah, really, really tight around these corners, and any little knock, of course, into the barriers, you do lose a bit of pace. We got some sideways action nearly from Bibby as well there, but manages to hold on to it, and this is how difficult it is, Jamie, going down this hill.
He was playing with fire there, wasn't he? Hanging the back end out, but he's got away with it. What a battle for the 2nd place, but actually as part of doing that, Seb H has and we see Sharpie going for a move on Kino, repeating the move from last time.
Yep, so
it's the exact same.
Exactly the same, but he's managed to get ahead before the corner this time. So Average Sharpie doing really, really well to get ahead before the corner. Let's see who holds their nerve into braking. Kino's, you could see him trying to nick down the inside there, but thought against it at the last minute and just holds on to his place. A little bit of a wobble from Average Sharpie there, and that might cost him as Kino tries to attack, but there's some good defensive driving from Average Sharpie to keep him at bay. But I'm sure those two will be going out into the next few corners. You can already see Kino hot on his tail, Jamie.
Yeah, Kino doing really well. We don't normally see him this high up, so he's obviously a fan of these trucks. He's right up in the thick end and racing really hard with Sharpie, who it would seem like is a top racer. But what I was just about to say before that overtake was they've pulled trucks back in a bit. It's back down to about a second, so you can see now the top 5 how close they are as Kino gets another run on him.
Yeah, Kino gets another run on him indeed as Average Sharpie hits the grass. Slows the tyres down a little bit, which gives Kino the advantage. Is he going to make his move before the next corner, though? It looks like he's got the pace. Still some road ahead of him before he needs to turn. He is, of course, on the outside into this corner, so he's going to really try and get the inside here if he can. but it looks like Average Sharpie was a little bit early on the braking and gives up the place again. So Kino again nipping ahead of him into 4th place, and these two, I feel like this battle's going to go on and on and on.
They're just dragging each other back and forth down the pack. Yeah, let's nip a bit further back with Odyssey, who's just coming up on Took here for 15th and 16th. Close racing all the way through the pack, it seems.
Yep, so Odyssey attacking Took now. As we've said before, you know, now the race has started to open out a bit. We will try and bring you all the people that are trying to attack each other up and down the grid where we can, because we want to try and bring you as many overtakes, as many little humps and bumps as we can. But at the moment, Took doing really well. You know, there was an attack from Odyssey, but Took's managed to hold on to it. Someone's locked their tyres up in front, though. But
Buggle nuts,
but it didn't seem to make a difference as Took can't capitalise. So at the moment, Took's done well, and he's starting to pull away from Odyssey there. So he's managed to fend off that attack. But as we say that, smashes into the boards, but it didn't seem to make too much difference. So yeah, that battle seems to have died a death for the time being.
Yeah, just to shout out to CSR, sorry, I don't think these trucks have DRS equipped. But yeah, if it gets within 1 second, we've seen the power of the drag on these straights with these two guys who were still going at it. Sharpie and Kino, they just can't leave each other alone.
So Sharpie is coming up fast, the Kino, and just ahead of them, Bibby, of course. So, I mean, although Average Sharpie and Kino have been going for it, they've both got the pace on Bibby here, and Bibby's actually holding up the traffic, and it's Average Sharpie who leapfrogs. He's trying to take both of them round the outside here. It's an unbelievable manoeuvre from Average Sharpie. Can he hold his nerve into this corner? Yes, he can. So Average Sharpie, although he goes wide, and they're both off the track. Bibby goes all the way across, and Kino comes steaming through into 3rd place. So we've lost Bibby entirely. Wow, wow, wow. Some unbelievable scenes on the track, and Bibby's going to lose a few places there, Jamie.
Oh, I'm exhausted. That was amazing. Kino capitalising on the absolute chaos. But before all of that, Sharpie with an absolutely audacious move as Bibby loses it into the last corner. He's held it. Somehow he's held it. Tell you what, Ryan, it's a bit mad, but I'm absolutely loving this race. Let's put Rob 3 right onto the back of this pack, with Bibby back down to 6th, with Legionary taking him. And Rob, and as we see Bibby making the push in.
Oh, he got sideways action! Oh, Christ! It's Roy Klops and Rob going at it. They both managed, you know, the trucks can take a bit of argy-bargy. It was Legionary, sorry. And yeah, a little bit of sideways action there, but hey-ho. Good job these trucks aren't made out of paper, because they can take a little bit of beating. So we'll try and bring you a little bit of a replay of that. But great move from Kino to get himself up to 3rd. But it looks like, Jamie, Drux is just pulling away slightly at the moment from Seb.
Yeah,
nearly 2 seconds. Yeah,
he settled that gap, and that massive battle for 3rd has given Seb a nice gap back to now Kino. Bob, yeah, I'm not sure they got curves. They do have turbo boosters, like, you know, Mario Kart style, I think, powered by patriotism of the American flag. I think that's how it works, Ryan, isn't it?
Sounds about right to me. We're on board with Rob. He's attacking Legionary for 6th place at the moment, and we've got some great battles up and down the track at the moment, and these trucks are all over the shop. Just ahead of these two, of course, is Bibby, who, you know, was up attacking 3rd place, but he's dropped down because of, you know, going slightly wide on the corner, and finds himself in a little bit of a hole in 5th place, being attacked by Legionary and Rob at the moment. So he's going to have to do well, but Rob does manage to capitalise on some sideways action from Legionary, and Legionary drops all the way down to, he's still dropping, he's down to 8th place. So that's going to be really unfortunate from Legionary, doing so well. But one mistake, and that's how easy it is to lose a position.
As we see Bibby, he takes so much sideways motion in the corners, but it always looks like he's about to absolutely lose it, but he pulls that back in. Fascinating to watch him drive. Yeah. Mr. Salt wants us to stick on board with Rob. I think he wants a live rage quit, Ryan. Can I just get an early prediction? Do you think Rob's actually going to finish a race?
Yeah, let's give him his props tonight. I think he's going to finish the race this evening, because I think it's, you know, there's no pressure, there's no points, it's all good fun on a Friday night. I think he'll just stick with it for the rest of the race. That's my prediction. But as we say that, Bibby was all over the shop there, and he's off the track again. So Bibby is just using this like a rally car, doing donuts off the side of the track, and we're just going to try and get a replay of that. As we were on board with Rob, you could just see Bibby losing it completely, and he's down in 7th, coming back on the track dangerously, but Legionary manages to avoid him. But has Hamilton retired, we're being asked? And
yeah, well, in true modelling after the man, the great man himself. If he's not winning, he's not interested. He'll be blaming everyone else. So yeah, it looks like he's dropped out. Unfortunately, a couple have dropped out. We're down to 21 drivers. So obviously a bit of chaos throughout the grid. Mad Knife is. Oh, Mad Knife's gone past Legionary, so Legionary obviously had too much damage and he's had to go into pits, but he's having a good race here. Up to 8th, just tucked in behind Hotel Milo, so these two are having a really good race.
Yeah, really good race. CSR says only 6 drivers left. No, that's just the broadcast mode on this only shows the top 16. At the moment there are 21 cars, just have a little scroll down there, but Jamie will of course keep us abreast if we start losing a few more, because on his screen he can see a few more, so it's just the way the broadcaster mode works, I'm afraid. But Bibby, Mr. Salk says, Bibby, just retire, mate.
And look who's fighting again. They cannot leave each other alone, can they?
No, Average Sharpie all over the back of Kino, and they are going for it for 3rd place. It's a fantastic battle. And these camera angles, Jamie, are fantastic on this track with these cars. I'm absolutely loving it. But Average Sharpie's going to have a right go as we start going down the hill now, and it's just a case of who can hold onto their head and not make a mistake. A little bit of sideways there from Kino, but manages to keep it on the track. Not going off so far. And these races going downhill reminds me of those boxcar races, you know, the ones without the brakes. You just basically chuck it down a hill and sees what happens.
It's a bit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine they have great brakes. It's just like rally driving, isn't it? But in trucks. He's got the run here though, Ryan.
He has got the run, but it looks like actually, while we've been speaking, Bibby has actually dropped out of the race. But Average Sharpie going for it here, going down. These two, they love this straight to try and take over each other, and it looks like Average Sharpie's got the run on him, although Kino's coming back. Who's going to be the bravest into these next few corners? Who do we think? So Kino's got the inside line into this first corner. Can he... Oh, he's trying to shave a little bit off the corner. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? And it's really good driving from Average Sharpie at the moment. Goes a little bit wide, but manages to hold on to it. But Kino, again, hot on his tail. And these two are just going to keep going and going and going, I think.
Yeah, what a fantastic battle. Yeah, we've seen that they're both brave into that corner. So Kino with very sensible driving there to let that place go, because he knows he's going to get lots of chances to get it back. But this is actually the best battle on the grid at the moment. I think we should rename that straight, maybe the Kino Sharpie straight or something, Ryan. What do you reckon?
It's only those two seem to be doing any action down in the moment, but we're already, ladies and gentlemen, halfway through this race nearly. A minute to go, we'll be halfway through, and it's been crazy so far, hasn't it, Joe?
It has. Good to see my main man out front, Trucks. He's built up a bit of a gap on Seb. He's just pulling away a few tenths a lap, and he's built that gap up to just under 3 seconds. So he's having a nice, clean, consistent race, which can't be said for many other guys stuck in the crazy pack.
No, it is all about consistency when you get yourself out in front, just to hold on to that position and don't let it go, because it's his to lose at the moment. So Druck's doing really well in first place, but Seb, I'm sure, will keep racing hard all the way to the end, and just in case something happens. But yeah, we're still looking at the battle between Kino and Average Sharpie, because as ever, when we come down that home straight down the hill, one of them will be attacking the other one, more than likely. So let's see if it happens all over again. You can see the cockpit now of Kino. He is actually falling behind very slightly from Average Sharpie at the moment. So some good driving so far from Average Sharpie. Maybe this could be the first run where there is a gap between them, Jamie.
It just seems like they're taking in turns, though, doesn't it? And each lap, one of whoever's behind overtakes, and then it's the next one's turn. So it's just going to be how many, whether it's an odd or even lap we finish on. It seems to dictate who wins.
Yeah.
We'll just jump on with Took and Bugglenuts, who are having a little battle for 11th. And Bugglenuts has actually just taken the place from him, so we just missed that. So Took just tucked in behind now.
So Took's going to try and attack back. Bugglenuts, a little bit ropey on the corner in there from Bugglenuts, but manages to hold on to it well. So Took's just going to bide his time at the moment, see if Bugglenuts makes any mistakes and can he capitalise on it. But at the moment, round these next few corners, it looks like Bugglenuts got his head together, and he's managed to keep it nice and firm on the track, so not giving Took any option to pass. So Took in 12th place at the moment, Bugglenuts just ahead in 11th, and it looks like Bugglenuts Jamie's going to hold on to that place for the time being.
Yeah, and as you said, it does look like this lap Sharpie has managed to just pull out that gap enough to not give away that big toe, and and Kino's having to settle in, but he's still very close. But there's about a second between them now, which is, we obviously haven't seen that for a while. Request to nip on board for Crichton Alpha from Bob there, so let's just have a little look at him.
Ooh, there's a couple of
He's been in
damage.
the walls
Yeah,
with these two.
Couple of damaged cars here. Him and Mondo have obviously been having a bit of a ding-dong with each other. Lots of bent bumpers and all sorts going on with these cars, but Crichton Alpha finds himself in 15th place at the moment. Legionary ahead of them in 14th, does have a penalty though. So, I mean, they're 12 seconds behind at the moment. They're going to need to go some to close that gap, because I imagine Legionary's penalty is only a second or two. So,
Let's have a quick look.
2 seconds, yeah. So they're going to have to go some to start catching up. But Crichton Alpha at the moment just sat comfortably in 15th place. Got a decent gap on Mondo in behind him. Although those timings, Jamie, looks like he's 12 seconds behind. So I wonder who that is actually further behind him. Because that is definitely not a 12-second gap.
No, that's Mondo. That's Mondo.
So it must be a back marker, or maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. But Not Benjamin, we're on board with now. He's in 17th place. He's got a couple of seconds behind Mondo at the moment. Odyssey behind him with 6 seconds. So Not Benjamin slowly catching Mondo as they start to make their way down the hill now. And this is where we start to see a lot of action, because this is where mistakes are more easily made going down the hill, because the trucks just get a run, you know, without brakes. People just think, oh yeah, we just coast it down this hill. Whereas obviously as you're going uphill, Jamie, you've got to put a bit of work in to keep it going. Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. So let's just nip back a bit back down the grid. Odyssey, he'll be disappointed to be in 18th here, I think, actually, because he's been putting in some really good performances the last few races. Obviously, this is a bit of an odd one. Odyssey, odd. I like it. But I think he'll be a bit disappointed, actually. What do you reckon?
Yeah, he's putting a bit of practice in these cars. He's given it a good go. He's in 18th place though, so I think he probably got caught up in some of the furore that we saw earlier on in the race. Mr. Salt says, refresh the chat, so I've done that. That's all refreshed now. My latest thing on my screen, I can see Trevor Hump says 4th in TT at the Mo. And Bob saying, Not Benjamin, his car looks clean, so hopefully we're all caught up on the chat. Apologies if we slipped a little bit behind there, but Odyssey in 18th place at the moment, got decent gaps either side of him. Jimmy H nearly a minute behind him in 19th place. He's obviously had all sorts of problems, and look at the state of his car, and he's making his way down the hill now. And he's got Sly Bacon miles behind him as well on the timings as well, though there is a car right up behind him trying to go past at the moment. So I imagine that must be someone towards the front end of the grid. But yeah, Jimmy, he's just going through the motions at the moment and seeing where he's finishing. But looking up and down the grid, Jamie, and the only real battle still for 3rd place at the moment.
And here they go again, though. Kino with the run again. Yeah, they can't help it. These two are sticking like glue to each other. That gap to Seb in from 1st to 2nd is still just under the 3-second mark. So Drux is driving a really cracking, consistent race just to manage that gap. So very impressive from both him and Seb, actually.
Yeah, really good from Seb, really good from Drux in 1st. Those two are well out in front at the moment, and it doesn't look like, unless anything crazy happens, they're going to move anytime soon. But it is the battle for 3rd place, and remember, average Sharpie does have a penalty. Kino will be aware of that, and I believe it's just a second. So as long as Kino, regardless of how this race actually finishes in terms of the physical positions, if he can hold on to the coattails of average Sharpie and be under a second behind him, he will of course get himself a podium position, and he'll know that, Jamie. So maybe that's going to decide how he drives this race.
Yeah, and at the moment he's doing what he needs to do. We'll just jump back down as we see Odyssey taking Mondo up into 17th, and Not Benjamin just ahead as well. So there's a little 3-car battle going on there, and Odyssey's gained himself a place up into 17th.
Yep, Odyssey gained 17th place, as Jamie rightly says, and he's also gaining on Not Benjamin in 60th, but it takes a little knock there and starts rimming round the sides. Ooh. And that's going to cost him, but Mondo's not close enough to capitalise, but it does give Not Benjamin some driving space. But Mondo is all over the shop, and yeah, he's miles behind now in 5th place. It looks like we've got someone towards the front of the grid coming through the pack now, because that car in front certainly looked a lot quicker. And is that Seb H? I think that's Seb H. Can we flick to Seb H?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It
so
is,
Seb H getting caught up in the traffic, tries to go around the outside of Mondo, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time. So we can see now these front runners are having to make their way through the pack, Jamie, and they're getting a few problems as they do so.
Yeah, I mean, they're having to just, in that case, shove their way through the pack. Just before I go, I just want to go back to a very brave sentence you just said there with rimming round the outside of the track. So just want to not let you get away with that one. I enjoyed that one particularly.
I thought you might. As I said, I thought someone's going to pick him on that, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm surprised Bob didn't actually. A little bit disappointed in him, but never mind.
Never mind indeed. But yeah, we're on board with Dave Alex. He's in 9th place at the moment, and he's attacking his partner in crime, both OTL boys from On The Limit Racing. These two have joined us for a Friday night special, and they're going at it in 8th and 9th place at the moment. Not much time splitting them as we go down this downhill, and this is a popular place to overtake. So you can see Dave is going to try and get as close as he can into these next few corners and try and do him under brakes maybe, but at the moment it looks like Milo's got a little bit more pace and he's not able to do that.
Yeah, it does. Just actually looks like Mad Knife has managed to get himself past Milo, because last time we saw he was in 8th behind him, and open up a bit of a gap away from this battle. So he's having a cracking race actually up into 7th. Not sure where he qualified, but it wasn't particularly high up, I don't think. So he's made great progress in this race with 8 minutes to go. And that gap at the front is now up to 4 seconds with that little issue with the back markers we saw Seb H having.
Yep, so Drux still doing really well at the front of the grid, and as Mr. Salt's pointed out on the chat, Kev is using virtual reality for the first time this evening. That is Mad Knife in 7th place. He was telling us all about it earlier on, and it's obviously paying dividends, giving him a little bit of an advantage over some of the other drivers, and doing really well in 7th place. Bob Hunt says he thought it was a bit busy playing Chatterbait.
I think that's your dodgy comment, right?
Yeah, he was a bit busy on Chatterbait instead. So yeah, I'm sorry this isn't quite up to the action that Chatterbait might be able to give you. But hey, we're doing
different type of thrills.
Different type of thrills indeed. But the battle for 8th place at the moment looks like it's all in the hands of Milo, Jamie.
Yeah, it does. He's holding him at bay, and we can see that gap, that fight, between 3rd and 4th is still there. He's still just within a second. So Kino's driving a great race here. I'd say this is the best race we've seen him drive, actually, Ryan. Would you agree? Yeah,
so far, doing really well in 4th. Technically, he's in 3rd with the times. Although, yes, I'm just trying to keep an eye on time. Yeah, technically, with the 1 second, he's just about in 3rd, if he can hold on. But, yeah, so he could be pushing for his first podium position that we've seen on the stream. But the OTL boys are still going at it at the moment, and the time between them is closed down again. So I imagine that they're probably talking to each other as they're driving as well. I'm sure the expletives and the banter's flying around between the two of them. But 8th place at the moment is under threat from OTL Dave Alex. But we're back on board with Rob. Rob is catching Roy Klopp. So we've not even mentioned Roy Klopp once, I don't think. But he finds himself in 5th place.
Yeah.
And every week, Jamie, Roy Klopp seems to be impressing me more and more.
Yeah, he's got that knack of staying out of trouble, hasn't he? Because we've seen a couple of the quicker guys, perhaps Legionary and Bibby, that were up there at the start. They've both dropped out for, Legionary back down in 14th with the crashes and nudges, and Bibby's gone completely. So, but Roy Klopp just hangs in there, puts in some solid times, and another really strong showing from him there, and from Rob actually, who's kept his head despite all the calls in chat for a live rage quit. And he's in 6th, so he'll probably be quite happy with that, and he's pushing for 5th here. Yeah,
he's certainly attacking. Just as we joined this battle, it was over a second difference between them, and Bob's managed to claw his way in, so he's under a second now difference between them, and with just over 5 minutes to go, Jamie, he's still got plenty of time to catch him, hasn't he?
Yeah, plenty of time. It's really close here. This will be a fascinating battle actually coming into the end of the race.
In the chat, we're getting a live description of what Chatterbait is, so if you didn't know already, head over to the chat, and Trevor Hunt is letting everybody know exactly what Chatterbait's all about. But yeah, CSR says Drux is flying down the track, and he's exactly right, with a 3.7 gap at the moment over Sam.
Yeah, let's have a little look at him, Ryan, because he's been so clear out front with no battles really that he's not got any airtime, but he's driving a fantastic race, and obviously the best race so far of the lot of them.
Yeah, he's going to hope that the curse of the commentator doesn't strike as we jump on board with him at the moment. Of course, on Sunday, we caused quite a few people to crash by jumping on board with him, but at the moment, you can see the quality of Drux's driving. So smooth around all these corners, and hardly any sideways action, not getting anywhere close to the walls either. It's just some excellent driving, and you can see why he's in 1st place, Jamie.
Yeah, this is an amazing camera going down this hill, because it really does show just how steep and windy this hill actually is. So that was I really enjoyed that. The scenery here is amazing, isn't it? Should we go, Ryan? Do you think? Should we go to a live stream?
Yeah, boys, the donate button is on the Twitch channel. We are going to try and do a live stream from Bathurst, so we're going to need, what, 10 grand?
Well, of course, we only fly first class, obviously.
First class,
we couldn't
possibly.
First is the one, mate. Yeah, we can't, we couldn't possibly go anything lower than that, could we? So,
the 5-star hotels as well. So,
yeah.
We need to
but it'd be a good stream. It'd be a good stream.
Studio, hey, that 10 grand we can make it go a long, long way. So, let's get those donations in, ladies and gents. But we're on board with Dave Alex again, and these two are still going at it. That 8th place still under threat, and these two are going to be racing all the way to the end. But he's gone some sideways from Milo, and Dave tries to go down the inside, but Milo holds on really, really well. That was an opportunity, Jamie, and he wasn't quite able to grasp it.
I thought he was going to have it, but what a recovery from Milo. Absolutely cut that tail end back into shape right at the last minute to keep himself on the track and out the walls, and keep Dave Alex behind. Yeah, really good racing from those two.
Yeah, and there's still 3 minutes left, and that's, Milo's done really well to hold on to it, but it is going to be a mistake like that that will cost him, so he's got to keep that going all the way to the end.
Keno's had an issue.
Keno has had an issue, and he's dropped well off the pace of average Sharpie. We've obviously missed something while we were watching that 8th and 9th battle, and you can see the front end of his car is smashed to pieces, and his chance of 3rd place with that goes out the window. So Keno, unfortunately, just needs to hold on to 4th place now, and it looks like he's got 14 seconds on Roy Klopp's. I think he'll be able to do that, unless of course his damage is really, really bad. But really unfortunate for Keno there.
It is, but the car seems okay, and to be honest, I think he'll be over the moon with the 4th place. I think that's probably the best finish we've seen him have on one of our stream races. So, and we know from Mr. Salt that Sharp is a top quality driver, so he was right in it till the end there. Obviously, just one little mistake, but I imagine he'll still be very pleased. Yeah,
4th place is nothing to be sniffed at all. Certainly better than what we can do on the channel. But interestingly, Jamie, look at the times between Drux and Seb H, down to 2 seconds now. Drux is beginning to open out a bit of the lead. I wonder whether Drux has had some sort of problem, and that time is crashing down. And there it is. So it's the back markers slowing him up, and it's given Seb H the opportunity to catch up now. So for the last minute and a half, the lead is down to under a second. And the door is wide open for Seb H to capitalise here, Jamie, and we're going to have an amazing race to the end.
Oh, I'm suddenly nervous. Unbelievable. Yeah, that back marker, I'm not sure who it was, one of the red cars, was really holding Drux up. It cost him about 3.5 seconds, and it's put Seb H under a second right on the back. What an amazing finale. What a last lap we've got here. Drux must be feeling the pressure, because he's been out there calm and easy all the race. All of a sudden, right at the end, to take this victory, he's got to hold his nerve. Seb, we know he's a great driver. We're in for a great finale here, Ryan.
We are indeed. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. The very last lap is going to be upon us soon. Drux goes a little bit wider than he would have liked there. And as I said earlier, that door is becoming wider and wider as Seb H gains on Drux. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The last lap. And the race for 1st place is well and truly on. We've got back markers ahead of us as well, Jamie. So this is the only race we're going to be sticking with now. Drux is less than half a second in front, and that time is dropping and dropping and dropping. Seb H has got the slipstream on him. So here we go. 17 seconds of the race proper to go, and it's this lap which is now going to be the one. So stay tuned and let's see how this goes. So, wow, Jamie, we're going to have a great end to this race.
Oh, you can see Drux all of a sudden, he's just getting a bit out of shape in those corners. That's what a bit of pressure does. Yeah, Seb H, he's really applying the pressure here, isn't he? Yeah.
Ooh,
was we seeing a mistake from Drux? Can he hold it?
Drux. Oh, Drux manages to hold it on the track, but these nerves obviously kicked into Drux big time, and he nearly loses the car entirely. So incredible from Drux, but manages to hold on, which was important.
Just a little shout out, Keno looks like he's pitted on the last lap and he's dropping down the field in the pit, so that damage must have been worse than we saw. That is a really unfortunate then. I thought he had that 4th place sewn up.
Yeah, more sideways action from Drux there as we were speaking about Kino. You can see the smoke coming off those tyres. There's cause for Seb H to win this race now from the position he's in the chat.
Here we are then. This
as
is
we
the
go
tricky
down
bit.
the downhill, the tricky bit. You can see how close these are now. Seb H is catching him, and this is an amazing end to this race. We're now so close. Drux has got to hold on. He goes a little bit sideways into that corner, but Seb H holds on well as well. And here we go. Now they're going to open out the tyres. Now can Drux capitalise? Can he use the slipstream to his advantage? But it looks like at the moment Drux is he's holding on well. But it's these next few corners which are going to decide who is going to win this race, Jamie. And it's going to go all the way down to the wire.
It's so close. He's going to have to go for it here. Seb's got nothing to lose. This is a one-off special. There's no points up for grabs. Is he going to put one in on the last corner?
He breaks early, but that's because he
play.
probably wants to get the acceleration into this corner over Drux. But it doesn't look like it's going to be enough unless he really goes for it on this inside corner. So we're down to the last corner, ladies and gents. Drux at the moment holding on, and Seb H I thought was going to line up to try and shoot down the inside. But Drux looks like he's going to hold on.
He's got the run on him?
No, not quite got the run on him. And an amazing last lap there. And Drux takes the win. Wow, Jamie, what an end to that race.
What an end, yeah. Amazing driving from both of them. Seb, he had the opportunity there. He could have done that as we see Sharpie in the background come home in a great podium third. He had the chance in that second to last corner, as Bob calls out my sex noises. Yeah, you wouldn't even believe, Bob. That was like just a tip of the iceberg stuff. That was. I was getting so excited. I'm not sure how many L's you've put in my name, but sure. Yeah, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, I thought he was going to put it in. Just go for it, because there's nothing to lose, obviously a one-off. But to fair play to them, he was a good, respectful racer. He didn't do it because it could have put them both out, and he settled for the second place, so fair play in the end.
Yeah, you're right. He could have gone shooting down the inside there and just thought, let's just go for it, and almost barge his way through. But stayed true to the racing credentials that they both hold, and raced really cleanly all the way to the end. Rob 3, we're on board with now, finished in 5th place at the end. Roy clocks in 4th. Of course, the dropout from Kino moved them up the table somewhat. It's average Sharpie nipped inside the podium position as well in 3rd. So really good.
Still a bit of racing here, right?
In 13th place. He did pit, so he's going to almost have some fresh bits of the car compared to Took. And Kino's going to give Took a run for his money for 12th place, and it looks like Keenan's going to go round the outside here, and there it is, nice and smooth. So even into the last few stages of this race, we've still got racing up and down the grid. And it looks like, Jamie, that race for 12th place, I don't think, unless there's a mistake here from Kino, he's going to give up that place anytime soon. Yeah,
absolutely.
So there we go. Kino takes 12th place. I think. Is there any more racing we've got? So those two are close together. Johnny 1, or Roughneck 1, sorry. 14th place, Crichton Alpha. Yeah, there's some decent gaps between the rest of the drivers. I don't think we've got any more races on our hands at all.
No, it's all finished now, I think.
It's all finished now indeed. So there we go. Back marker trouble, as Drux says in the chat. What an incredible ending to that race. Are all our drivers over the line now? Just waiting for Sly Bacon in 19th place. Jimmy H official, here comes Sly Bacon.
It's
yeah, race is complete. We're just going to wait for the game to give us our official confirmation, and then we'll head back to the studio and try and get some post-race reaction with our drivers. So stay tuned, don't go away just yet, and we'll bring you the post-race analysis, post-race reaction, and we'll let you know what we've got coming up soon on the stream. But Jamie, an incredible first Friday race. Yeah. Really enjoyable one.
Yeah, I wish I'd put a bet on, actually. You know, my prediction obviously came through for me, so congratulations, Drux. Yeah, we call that on stream. He's just in the chat now. The trouble you had with the back marker that put Seb H right on your tail, but a great last lap from both of you. You both hold your nerve, so a really well-deserved victory there.
Indeed, so there's confirmation. Drux in 1st, Seb H 2nd, we've got Average Sharpie 3rd, Roy Klops 4th, Rob 3, 5th, Mad Knife really well doing to 6th place. We got the OTL boys in 7th and 8th respectively. We got Rasmus now Freddy in 9th, Legionary down in 10th. As we go further down, Kino in 11th. He was up in 4th place, but some damage cost him that. Tukin 12th, Roughneck 1 in 13th, Crichton Alba 14th, Odyssey 15th, Not Benjamin 2010 16th, Mondo in 17th. We've got Jimmy H official in 18th and Sly Bacon bringing up the rear in 19th place. So 26 drivers became 19 and it was Drux who led the pack in first place. Let's head back to the studio and dissect all of that. Wow, wow, wow. What a race. Some unbelievable manoeuvres, some great recoveries all round. And Jamie, a very well-deserved victory from Drux overall.
Yeah, the top. Everyone had a great race actually. But yeah, the top two were really clean and consistent, weren't they, for the whole race? So they deserved to be in those positions. We didn't know what to expect from this, Ryan, did we? It was a random one. It's the one-off special. Personally, I don't think it disappointed. I really enjoyed that.
No, certainly didn't disappoint at all. Really, really enjoyable for a one-off special on a Friday. I'm sure every one-off special that Jimmy puts together is an amazing feat with crazy cars, crazy tracks, and I'm sure he's already thinking of the next one. But of course, next week we start Noob Gamers Season 3, and it is the Enzo Ferraris that will be racing on a Thursday. But Sunday we'll be bringing you round 2 of T-Max Championship, the multi-class league, on a Sunday, which was thrilling all the way to the end last week. So although tonight's race has been fantastic, we've got some amazing racing coming up soon, haven't we, Jamie?
Yeah, I mean, it's non-stop on this channel. We're only growing all the time, getting more and more drivers involved, getting more great racing onto your screen. So yeah, absolutely, get involved.
Get involved indeed. Let's have a look, see who's hanging around in the chat. Drux,
let's get Drux in, I think,
yeah, Drux is there. Jimmy H is in the commentary box. He's just sat to the side. I can see him in the corner of our commentary box.
He's going to drag people in for us,
yeah,
right?
Let's get over into interview corner. So here we are in interview corner, and I believe we are joined in the commentary box by Drux. Drux, are you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Here he is. Drux, what a crazy last lap that was.
Yeah, I mean, 2 laps from the end, I got some backmarker trouble in the downhill. I mean, this track is a bit of a lottery. If you find yourself behind the backmarker in the downhill section, you can lose a lot of time, and that's what happened to me there. So yeah, Seb got a second life there, a second chance to try to beat me. I had to step up again my game. I was a bit relaxed at that point, but in the end everything went well. I made sure my car was on the middle of the track in the last sector, just to make sure that Seb didn't try to do something funny. But in the end everything went well.
Yeah, it was a great last lap, really exciting, but it went brilliantly for you the whole way through, actually, qualifying in first, getting out ahead first, and then, like you said, you had a pretty relaxed race right until the end there, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of trouble with the back markers. That was basically so I had a strategy, basically, was to get away in the first corner, not get entangled into being on second, on third place, because I would lose some time trying to pass some pretty fast drivers. And then after that, my strategy was to try to avoid complications with back markers, and hopefully, apart from that, it was not really a complication. It was just I got unlucky. It was on the downhill. He didn't need to just move away, so I had to wait for him for the straight to pass him. But yeah, I mean, other than that, everything was okay. It was pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed this car, and thank you very much for the combo. It was pretty fun.
No worries at all. I was just about to ask, the cars are something different tonight. We haven't seen them used on the channel before. How difficult are they to drive, especially on a tight track such as Bathurst?
I think the most difficult part, to be honest, is that you're not used to drive a car that is so wide. So in the beginning, when I started practicing, I was touching the walls a lot of times, especially on the right-hand side, because I cannot see the right-hand side as well as the left-hand side. But other than that, actually the car has a quite good grip, so you have to trust that it will not spin on the fast corners. You just have to trust and keep the pedal to the metal, as you say, and this track is basically taking every inch you can from the track to gain that extra millisecond, and if you do that, you can be quite quick with these cars.
Yeah, well, we really enjoyed it here. Will you be joining us for season 3 in the Ferraris trucks?
No, because I'm unavailable until mid-March. I have professional commitments during the week. Basically, I'm out of the country every week until Thursday. So yeah,
well,
but
we
for
enjoyed...
the next one, I'll be around for sure.
Well, great, because we enjoyed watching you, and yeah, you were my pick for the race. So thank you very much for proving me right.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Drux.
Cheers, Drux.
Well done
Thank you.
overall.
Cheers.
Great race, and hopefully, when you're back in action, we'll see you on the track again.
For sure. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So there we go. That was live reaction from Drux, your race winner this evening. And while we were talking, Jamie, we had Odyssey 1989, we had Roy Klops, and we've had Not Benjamin all subscribing through Amazon Prime, which of course absolutely free for you guys, but massively helps out the channel. So big thank you to those guys.
Just before you move on and we get the next person in, Ryan, I just want to point out Rob3 has joined the chat. You might have missed it a bit further up, and he said, "Where's the outfit, Ryan?" I'll let you take that one.
Yeah, Rob, we'll give you another look at the outfit later on, I think. But you watch the stream back, boy, and
you missed it.
Loving it. I'll just give you a little. I'll give you a little bit of a demonstration of what we had. I'll just pop this on for the time being. We've got the cowboy hat there, just there. So there we go. It doesn't really stay on my head, but yeah, let's bring in the next person we want to speak to. Who we got lined up? Let's have a look.
It doesn't look like we've got Seb in the Discord, unfortunately, but we do have Average Sharpie in there, who was in third, obviously, so perhaps we can get him in.
Yeah, let's see if we can get some reaction with Average Sharpie. Average Sharpie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Here he is. Third place for you this evening, my friend. How pleased are you with that?
Didn't have the best of starts. Went down to, I think, fourth, and then caught up in a few battles towards the start, and then managed to make my way back up to third. Gained a bit of time during the traffic, but not enough to close it in at the end.
Yeah, we saw you qualifying second, which is really good. Yeah, dropped back to fifth, I think, on the first lap. But you had a great ongoing battle with Kino all the way through the race. You two were just dragging each other back and forth. How enjoyable was that?
Yeah, that was fun. There was actually one point on the straight, I think we went 3 wide, and I managed to bring it right out, but then I went a bit too deep into the chicane.
Yeah,
and
we saw
slowly, shamefully go across the grass, and then brought it back on. Lost time there as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, but as you, of course, mentioned, eventually Kino dropped out through a little knock he had, and you had an opportunity for a little bit of an open road to start attacking the guys at the front of the pack. But was it just the the battles you had and the little mistakes you made early on that you think cost you the race overall?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. The thing is, I managed to get through that race with 0 damage whatsoever. Don't know how. Yeah, pretty fun.
I mean, that's impressive on its own, yeah. You're obviously a new driver to this stream. It's an interesting car and track combo for you to join us on. But hopefully we'll see you in the future in standard races.
Yeah, I've signed up for your next season.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that'd be fun.
So surely, with a third place finish in your first race, you're going to be, up there as a contender for the championship. Do we think the next in the Enzos?
Oh, I hope so. I enjoy the cars. Something different to what you normally go in on P cars, but yeah, it should be really fun.
Brilliant. Yeah, thanks very much, mate. We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Cheers. Well done again on your third place finish. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers. So there we go. That was live reaction from Average Sharpie, who finished in third place. Jamie, a really good drive from him, and I'm sure we'll see big things from him in the future.
Yeah, he had a great race. I'm really pleased to hear he's getting involved for season 3. Should be one to watch, absolutely. There's been some crazy chatting going on in the Twitch chat with all about Brexit and all of that nonsense. Trev, Mr. Google tonight, giving us some some definitions of everything we've mentioned. But I'm just thinking, just having a look who's still around in the Discord, Ryan. Shall we get the man himself, Rage Quit Rob, on? Shall we get him on and let him see your cowboy outfit live?
Yes, let's get him on live, and we'll head over to our cowboy studio and show him exactly what he missed earlier on. So let's see if we can bring Rage Quit Rob, as he's known in the fraternity, into the stream commentary box. Rage Quit Rob, are you there?
I am, yeah.
He's here. Nice. Now, as we've got you live on stream, you obviously missed this because you were practicing earlier. If you keep an eye on your stream, and there's obviously a bit of a delay by, I don't know, 10 seconds or something like that, but I'm going to change the scene now, and I'll show you what I was looking like earlier on. And hopefully you can enjoy what I had in store. So here we go. You won't be able to see it just yet, but I did have underneath this jacket, I've got my cowboy shirt on here. Let me just button this up. You can get a little bit. There we go. Hopefully on your screen soon it'll start flicking across. I've even got horse in the background that I was riding as a cowboy. Got my cowboy hat as well. So all that's left to say, Rob, is, and to anyone out there, if you're going to lay down the challenge of what I will and won't wear on the stream, hopefully I've put that to bed.
Well, I'm definitely a man of my word, and 20 quid it is.
There we go. The things I'll do for 20 quid, you wouldn't know.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, you could have got a lot more out of him, Rob.
Every day's a school day.
Exactly. But back to the racing, though. 5th place, you've got to be happy with that.
I am indeed. I won't lie. From 10th to 5th, I made a bit of a mistake, but hey ho, it's a tough race.
Yeah, really tough.
Yeah, it looked like you were enjoying yourself, though. And obviously the guys in chat were waiting for a live rage quit, but it didn't come. You finished a race.
No,
So
that's it. I am proud of myself. I feel like I've accomplished something. It's been a long time coming, what can I say?
Yeah, did you enjoy the cards in the end?
Yeah, well, I don't mind them in the beginning, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the drifty element to them. But yeah, they're a bit hard to control.
Yeah, we certainly saw a lot of sideways action from a few of the races here this evening. Bibby was all over the shop at one point, and we saw everyone giving a little bit of a spin in them, but at least it provided some good fun for us here on the stream this evening. And of course, you know, that's all we're here for, really.
No, absolutely. No doubt you guys did a top job. I'll watch the stream back after.
Yes, watch the stream back indeed. I'm sure you will enjoy it, and thank you for joining us here in the commentary box.
Cheers, Rob. Well done.
Thank you.
So there we go. Reaction from Rob. Did really well here this evening. He now got to see the full outfit live. I'll just show it off a little bit again on the channel. There we go. But
Another call from Mankini, Ryan, by the way. That's 2 tonight. It's stacking up. Shall we say if we get 10 shouts for a Mankini?
No.
Each with a £5 donation, you'll go for it?
No, it's going to have to be more than 20 quid for a Mankini, I'm afraid. A lot more.
Well, no, it's 10 times 5, mate.
Oh, 10 times 5. Well, yeah, we'll see who goes. But let's go back to the normal studio and round this stream off, shall we? So here we are, back in the normal studio. Let's take this hat off. Jimmy's asking everyone on the chat, what will I wear for 20 quid? But, I mean, the challenge has been laid down. I know I've proved I'm going for it, but then I'll let you guys discuss that. But there we go, ladies and gents. Another stream over for this evening. Jamie, amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was obviously, like I said before, we didn't know what bet, did we? But personally, I thought it was fantastic. The track looks amazing. The scenery is amazing. That downhill section is so fun. So I really hope we get to go back to that track at some point during one of the normal seasons. But thank you to Jimmy very much for putting that together. I hope you all enjoyed it at home. And thank you to you as well, Ryan, for putting in all your cowboy efforts.
Yes, the cowboy efforts. And yeehaw indeed. There's a lot of calls of yeehaw out on the chat, but the Mankini calls continue to drop.
That's
in,
3.
but that's going to have to be some serious, Bunsen burner to get to get that on the stream. But who knows? A day in the future, I am pretty much up for anything. So let's go for it, shall we?
I mean, you've said that now, so
yeah,
clip that. Someone clip that.
That is with the star, proviso of, it's got to be worth some donations for that. I mean, that would be.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll do it on like if there's a really tight final round of a championship, we'll just bust it out to bring in the viewers for the last. The last
yeah,
one,
that'll really add to the seriousness of the event.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But anyway, fantastic news, Jamie. One final question: do we want to go raiding tonight?
Absolutely do want to go raiding tonight. But what we should say before is, don't forget to be Sunday night. Only 2 days. And another amazing and confusing for me and you to keep up with multi-class championship race.
Yep, Sunday, of course, 8 p.m. live here on this Twitch channel. Multi-class racing at its best, and I'm sure it was going to be as good as it was last Sunday, because last Sunday it was redonkulous. But hey, let's go raiding. Let's finish off this stream for tonight. Let's see who we've got to raid this evening. Jamie, what are we thinking? Gaming or non-gaming for a Friday night? What do you prefer, my friend?
Well, we've had gaming the last few times, haven't we? So it's a Friday night. It's a weekend. People are letting their hair down. Yeah, having a bit of beer. You know, everyone's having a good time. Let's go for something a bit different.
Let's go for it. Let's go and see what we've got in the live chat. And to be fair, you're right, Jamie. It's pretty hot in here this evening. Loads of people dropping in for a Just Chat. And there it is, Jamie. Rob comes in as a man of his word with the £20 donation.
Beautiful. Fair play.
Fair play to the man. There it is. You know, he said on the Discord in the week, would I do it for a donation? I've done the deed. He's a man of his word. He's dropped us the donation. Big love to Rob. Let's give him some love in the chat for that donation. Well done, my friend. So we're now into the Just Chatting section of Twitch. And, I mean, unbelievable. You wouldn't want to see what is in this.
Sorry, whilst you're just doing that, Ryan, I think was one we missed, Legionary with a Twitch Prime sub as well. So thank you very much. Loads of subs tonight, so it's really appreciated as always.
Yes, Jimmy H as well with a sub as well. So lots going on. So let's see, what do we want to go and chat to this evening? Let's see who we've got out here this evening. Nothing's taking my fancy at the moment. I have to say, on this Friday night, there seems to be so many female streamers compared to male streamers. Obviously,
Trev's made a very specific niche shout there.
What's that?
Chatterbait discussing Brexit.
Oh my Christ, no, we're not showing Chatterbait on this channel. That would be...
We may get closed down.
Yeah, we may get closed down. To be honest with you, there's nothing really taking my fancy here at all. It's just lots of people just sat there chatting. We haven't got any like drawing or like something interesting that we normally have, which is really, really disappointing.
Okay.
So we're going to have to take it back to gaming, I think.
Okay, let's go for the big new game. Let's go for a bit of Apex, shall we?
Go for a bit of Apex indeed. Let's see who we've got streaming Apex this evening, of course. We want to see, we want to see people who haven't perhaps got thousands and thousands of viewers at the moment. There's 290,000 people watching people play Apex at the moment. So let's head right down to the bottom of the board.
Let's go down the bottom, yeah.
Join in with a channel who perhaps don't have thousands of people watching them, but are still enjoying the game and still having some fun. Of course, as you said, Jamie, Apex is the name of the game at the moment. Everyone seems to be getting involved with that. So stick around just a few more minutes, ladies and gents. We'll go and raid someone playing Apex and we'll close out the stream. But once again, thank you very much for joining us for that crazy Friday night special in those trucks. Let's keep heading down. Christ, so many people to scroll through this evening, Jamie, because there's just so many.
Sorry, maybe that was a bad shout. Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry.
I thought we could boost someone who's playing a big game but not got many viewers. They'd really appreciate having 20, 30 people jumping in with.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're trying to bring to the table. To be fair. We're still going down. We're still into the 30s. We want to go below the 30s. Come on, we want to get into... Should we go for a single figure streamer tonight, do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's find a single figure streamer. It's going to take a while to keep strolling. Jamie, while I do that, can you just let the guys watching know what a raid involves?
Yeah, so we're going to I think you've probably gathered from our conversations, but what we're going to do is jump on with all the guys watching our stream at the moment, jump into someone else's stream automatically to give them a bit of a boost. Normally these work out pretty well, and we have a good fun. We've come across some interesting ones before, haven't we? A real mix of stuff.
Real mix of stuff. We've had people opening Pokemon cards, we've had people decorating Christmas trees, we've had people doing live art. We've had it all, but we're going to stick to gaming this evening. It is the game of the time, and it is Apex. Sorry, my screen's just locking down a little bit as we try and
just choose anyone, mate. Just go for
Legends. Right, we're down into single figures now. Let's find an English person with a camera so we can actually engage and interact with them when we go and join them. Let's see who we've got. And this guy's got the word noob in his title. So that,
Office. and he basically said, look,
Right, here we go. I've got someone. We're going to go raiding to this dude. He's just chilling in the lobby at the moment, about to play. We've set up the raid. Right then, ladies and gents. Hopefully you can stick around and go raiding with us this evening. We're moments away from doing that once again. Thank you for joining us here on the Noob Gamers Live channel. We'll be back on Sunday with round 2 of the multi-class league. We're about to go raiding Dr. Doughboy 2, who's playing some Apex Legends, the game of the time. Jamie, anything left for you to say, my friend?
Sorry, Dr. what? Dr. Doughboy?
Dr. Doughboy.
Sure. There's some great names out there. Yeah, no, nothing else to say other than, you know, when it comes to gambling in the future, Ryan, I think people are probably best to go with me rather than your prediction. What would you say?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. Absolutely right. Great pick from you this evening. But here we go, ladies and gents. It's